Hello, everybody. We're gonna go here. I have a sneaking suspicion the camera's not in the right place because I've been dealing with this chaos gremlin being a pain in the butt. But welcome in, everybody. Cassie, hello. OMG, this has made my day. I'm so happy to hear that. And then I forgot to turn down the music ever so slightly. And then we have Stardust and Ada. Hello. You couldn't sleep? Wow, I'm so glad this worked out. Yes, I do indeed have spoons today. It has been a day. You know how in like some video games, if you make your character wait too long, they'll start getting fidgety, like tapping their foot? Oh, there you are. I normally would be a bit quicker getting into the mark, but I was dealing with this one being a literal pain in the butt, crawling all over the page, crawling all over the desk, and then he would settle on my shoulder so I could at least post on social media. But you think I could get around like him trying not to nuzzle the phone or press the buttons? So yeah, I had to keep correcting things. Hey, you little pest. But hello, Auntie Chris. Hello, Millie Pants. And hello, Nessa. Yeah. Naughty, adorable kitty. But yes, I had spoons today. I don't know what crack I have taken. Or my coffee is caffeine free. I drink decaf now, folks. I am caffeine free. So it's not caffeine. I don't know what I have done today, but I have had energy and spoons. I have baked. I cooked breakfast, I baked a cake, I baked cheese and onion scrolls, I've been to the gym, and then I came home, and because I'm having the scrolls with my soup for dinner and don't have to cook dinner, I was like, wow, we might as well stream. So I was like, okay, let's stream. I am wearing my pajamas though, because Pirates in Pajamas made a cute title, and also they're cozy and warm. What's that noise for? My God. I don't know if the mic picked that up. I think he wants down. That was a meow. Oh, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but my God, I have never heard that meow come out of him before, so we're just going to let him go. So that's where my spoons went. Amy stole them. I just borrowed them. I promise you can have them back tomorrow, because I'm not going to have them tomorrow, I guarantee. Chicken nugget. Kia ora, kia ora. Yeah. Funnily enough, I couldn't find the literal spoons at breakfast time. Oh, Roslyn. Oh. And I'm glad, Nessa, that you can be here. PJ's always on me, except if I have to go outside. PJs are the best. And look, I have Bumper. It's so cuddly and warm. And yes, and I have hot coffee. Decaf, again, I am... Per recommendation, because of how little I've been sleeping, I was told I have to kick the caffeine again, which this time was much easier. If you know, a couple of months ago, gosh, it's probably like 6 months ago actually now. But I quit energy drinks. I used to be drinking 12 to 14 cups of coffee a day, plus 2 energy drinks and big energy drinks. So I did a full caffeine detox and had no coffee and no energy drinks for a month, and my gosh, was that hell. That was so this time because I no longer drink energy drinks and I was down to 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, it was easy to just go boop, and this time it's not even withdrawal. So yeah, but I was recommended to try going decaf entirely at the moment, just because I haven't been sleeping. So you see me drinking coffee, it's decaf at the moment. We're caffeine free, so it's not even caffeine that's giving me spoons at the moment. Chicken nugget, what a great name, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I could go for some chicken nuggies. I'll probably cook some tomorrow. I'm babysitting and nibbling, and that's one of the foods we can guarantee they'll eat. They'll probably eat cake as well, because I made cake. I had my Care Bear ones on, but I had to walk the kids to school. Not socially acceptable. And they would have been wet. Oh. I have pajamas that I will wear out because they don't look like pajamas. So I will wear those ones out. But yeah. Pajamas are lovely. Right, have I got it on every... Yes, I have. And must have been something in the water. You haven't been sleeping either? It seems like everyone's not sleeping at the moment. Also, happy 4th of May. Happy Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you. So, I don't own a Star Wars book, or else I would probably actually colour a Star Wars book today, but I don't own one, so it's actually a very big gap in my colouring collection, is that I have no Star Wars books. So one day I'm gonna have to rectify that, but in the meantime, if I can get my colouring journal out of here, we're gonna carry on with what we started last night. Whoops, if I don't press all the wrong buttons. Oh, so professional. Right, I'm actually going to do this via studio mode because I don't know where my art cam is actually facing. Okay, it's not too bad. But now I can move it and not give anyone, like, all over the place vibes. Okay, cool. Look, I can do fancy things so you don't see anything, and then we transition and look, we're in the right position. Aren't I fancy and professional? I'm the furthest thing from professional, believe me. I love your piggy breaks and pajamas too. Yeah, I had this for the gym because I wanted my hair off my face, but I couldn't stand the idea of having one centrally. So I was like, all right, well, I guess it's pigtails. But, you know, I couldn't have them be loose because then I just still have hair flying in my face. So I was like, all right, we'll plait them, and that'll do for the gym. And I just haven't taken it down. They will come down eventually. Scooby-Doo transition. Yeah. Up here with pink llamas. Cute. 2 cups is your limit now? Yeah. Right now I'm just trialing no coffee. Decaf's alright. Like, a lot of it for me is just I wake up in the morning, first thing is I have a cup of coffee with mum, so it's not been hard to switch to decaf, to be honest. Like, yeah. May the spoons be with us. Exactly. Right, so we did this one last night. We started this one. Let's make sure we actually put our protection sheet behind on the right side. So this is in Christine Karen's Little Folk. And we started with Ohuhus and colouring in the skin and the hair. Now the skin still needs some work, but as I said last night, I don't want to keep fluffing around with the skin before I put a bunch of colours around it. I forgot to turn on all my lights. I'm just realising that. Again, professional! Oh. Alright. Lighting. Lighting is good. So yeah, I have finished with the skin to this point. I've done the hair. I love the hair. The hair colour is exactly what I wanted. The skin still needs fluffing with, but I didn't want to fluff with it too much while I haven't coloured in other things, because there's a lot of white throwing off the colour balance right now. So I wanted to get some more colour in there. And I was at a point where it was like, how do I progress? Now, after sleeping on it, I realised that there are a couple things I want to do. I think I want to do... I said yesterday I was feeling like reds and browns and that sort of tones for the page, which is still true. But there's also this top here, and you can see the arms for it. And I was debating if I do that fabric sheer or not. And I think I am going to do it sheer. Smolt! Hello, hello, lovely. May the forks be with us. Oh. So, to make the fabric sheer, we actually have to colour what's underneath, and then we'll bring some white on top. So, to do that, we also need to settle on a background. Can't stay, just pop in for a few minutes before I go to dive into paperwork. You're all good, lovely. It's so good to see you, but I understand. Glad you're here, even just for a few. So, what I was thinking for the background, because if we're doing lots of reds and browns, the contrast colour would be green. I don't really want to do green, but I was like, what if I did a smoky green blue, grey, like it's a stormy sea sky? And then I was trying to think, okay, what do I have in that sort of colourway that would be good to do a background? Because I was thinking like distress inks. I know there's chalk pastels. I hate the texture of chalk pastels with a passion. So I'm not doing chalk. And then I remembered my acrylic inks. Ugh. So I have my beloved Liquitex acrylic inks. My chat did stop. My goodness. That's not a good sign. I had OBS crash earlier today too. Let's have a look. Is it all Twitch, all chat? No, Twitch is still working. It's just YouTube decided to break. You're active on there. What the actual heck? Telling you, so profesh. Alright, where's my chat box source? Oh my gosh, where is my chat box? There you are. Refresh. Alright. Also, I need to change the... There we go. Alright, now it's working. Thanks for alerting me to that, Smalt. Okay. I was going to guess turquoise. I mean, you're not bad. Like, you're not far off. Turquoise is kind of green-blue. It's in those vibes. So what is ink things? A mixture between ink and acrylics? Yeah, so exactly that pretty much. They are inks. They're inks, but they're made with acrylic. These are, I've worked with these a lot in terms of backgrounds and my words. If you've seen in Mythomorphia where I've done the hippogriff and the, not the hippogriff, the hippocampus and the leocampus, or the merfolk pages where I put the acrylic, the gesso behind, and then I work with inks on top. If any of my speckled ink backgrounds, it's usually done with the Liquitex acrylic inks. But the main reason I was thinking of them is I've got the muted range of them. So I've got the muted grey, the muted green, somewhere in here, the muted turquoise. So I am going to water these down a bit. I don't want to use them full strength, but, and I think maybe we'll pull out just a little bit of a purple just in case. Can't hurt to have a little bit of purple nearby. So yeah, just really smoky, stormy sea colours. Okay, so now it's kind of scary doing this when we've already done some stuff on the page, but hey, nothing like living vicariously. Ooh. So we won't need much because again, I don't really want to use these full strength. I do want to water these down a bit. The worst things about them is opening these things up. Really want to go back to bed, but then I definitely won't sleep tonight. Oh dear, Cassie. Yeah, it's the catch-22. Sweet, let's make a mess. Don't drink the paint water. No, I've just moved my cup and my water bottle to a very different area than where I've got the paint water. So in theory, I should be using different hands for paint water versus drinking water and coffee. A bit more of the green because the green is going to be more our predominant color because it is, oh come on, right, just making sure I seal them back up because that's the sort of thing I drop. So I've just got a little bit of each of the colors and it's going to look basically black at the moment, and they can just sit up there because I am very lacking on room on my desk at the moment because I've also got all the Ohuhus everywhere, but I can't put them away because we're going to need them to do the skin again. because we need to work over the top for where the skin is. So I'm going to start by using a little bit of water to pre-dampen an area. And then keep that brush as our clean brush. I should have gotten another thinner brush. Come here. Okay. Cool. Extra water on the palette just in case. And we're just going to let it bleed and do its thing. The music's so jaunty tonight. We're back to the Pokemon playlist. The other one actually keeps on giving me copyright strikes, so somebody's used the DMCA free music to make their own music and then is claiming copyright on it, which is just frustrating. So I was like, and you know, I felt like a change, so we went for the Pokemon inspired playlist again. So we're just gonna let that bleed and do its own thing. Make sure we get a nice clean edge right up to the edge of where the skin would be, or the jacket, the vest, sorry. And that's... Need to drink paint water. Brush has ended up in my coffee a couple times, so yeah. Yeah, I've done that a few times too. It's easy enough to do. I've gotten close to picking up a cup before and then going, whoops, that's my paint water, but yeah, it's never made it to my mouth. Long may that last. Alright. Sorry, it's a bit of an awkward. And we're just gonna let it sort of fade out a bit. It would be the worst area. Alright, going back for 15 minutes. Need to finish doing a few things before I seal down for colouring. Go Stardust, go. Get the things done. Thank you, Small. I appreciate that. I was like, if anyone will be able to explain the differences better, it's probably Small. I know there's like acrylic paint, acrylic gouache, and acrylic inks, which are all different. See, there's a reason why Smalt is a legend. Not that we expect Smalt to do a darn thing except just be them awesome themselves, but I do appreciate Smalt sharing their knowledge. So yeah, I'm just gonna let the inks sort of meld and blend together and do its thing. They're the smaltiest. They're just a legend. There's a reason why one of the rules around here is in smalt we trust. It started because smalt gives the most amazing colour advice, and every time smalt has suggested a colour, I have never been led astray, so it started as a in smalt we trust because smalt suggested a colourway, and now it just relates to pretty much everything. So you can kind of see that sort of smoky, cloudy, watercolory background. It's a bit hard here on the join, but we'll make do. The colours are so pretty, thank you. He's looking so pretty. Random question, do you like dried fruit covered in chocolate? Do you eat dark and milk chocolate? I do, and I do. I am allergic to pineapple and kiwi fruit, so I don't eat that. But yes, milk and dark chocolate I do eat. I normally eat dark chocolate myself. I have dark chocolate Whittakers in the fridge, but then I do have some flavoured milk Whittakers because sometimes you just need a lot of chocolate. So but yes, I've got like 6 blocks of chocolate in my fridge at the moment. But yes, I am allergic to kiwi fruit and pineapple, unfortunately, so I don't eat those fruits. Good to know. I may have some South Australian goodies heading your way in a few weeks. Rosalind, you don't have to do that. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Oh, that's exciting. Happy Mail is always exciting. I love candy. Honestly, if it's sugar, I'll probably like it. Candy is just, oh, yeah. I try not to keep too much of it in the house because I freaking love it, but so good. It was so funny. So I had my, So I had my nibbling's birthday on Sunday. And so on Saturday, I went to go to a store to go and pick up their birthday presents from me and Mum. And while I was there was this little girl who was checking out with her mum next to me, and the mum said, go and pick up a chocolate frog, which are like just little pieces of chocolate that are shaped like a frog. You know, it's like a couple bucks, and grab one for the kids as you go through sometimes. You know, I'm sure you've all got those sort of impulse purchases at the counter. So the little girl was getting her chocolate frog, and then she was waiting as her mum was scanning things in, and she saw me, and then she comes running up to me, and she's looking at me, and she goes, can I have a lollipop? And I'm just cracking up laughing as the mum's running over going, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. And the little girl's like, but I want a lollipop. And I'm just cracking up laughing because that is the one candy I keep in the cupboard for the nibblings. And so I just go explain to the mum, I'm like, I must have a look about me as the auntie that carries lollipops because that's legit the candy I keep in the cupboard for my nieces and nephews. So yeah, out of all the things this little girl could have asked me for, just absolutely cracked me up. It's like, the kids must know something. Alright, so many fiddly bits. Alright, I want to get a bit more green in here. Because the green is what's going to go in contrast with our reds. And it's such a beautiful, like, muted green. The thing is, though, even though I only did, like, 1 drop of each colour, it's way too much of each colour, so I might have to find some more pages, wow, I can word, pages, to do a base on. because we're gonna have excess ink. The thing is, the ink does actually bleed through a little bit sometimes, so I wonder if her mum got a lollipop. No, she got the chocolate frog. She got the chocolate frog. I'm allergic to all melons, mangoes, and coconut. Sad about coconut. I used to love it. Oh, it'd be sad to be allergic to mangoes. Mangoes are divine. I've been eating a lot of apple and blueberry lately because I make apple and blueberry porridge every morning for me and Mum. And then I also made an apple and blueberry yogurt cake today because the reason why I had to do so much baking was that we had a big pot of Greek yogurt that was going off because I've been making porridge and I don't particularly care to put cold yogurt on warm porridge. So I went to go in the fridge and then I was like, oh, my yogurt's about to expire. So then it was like, what can I make with piles of Greek yogurt? So I made a apple and blueberry with cinnamon and nutmeg yogurt cake. And then I made some dough, which is just flour and Greek yogurt. And I turned that into cheese and onion scrolls. Those are good. I love cheese and onion as a combo though. So, yeah. Oh, someone remind me to update the project command because right now the project command will not have Liquitex acrylic ink. I forgot to put that on there. I was going to do that before I hit go live and then I got distracted by a cat. It'll need to be after I'm done in this area. So I hope we're all doing well today. I hope those of you that are trying to find sleep are finding your sleep. So I know there's a few of you out there that need some sleep. What are we up to today? Are we colouring? I know we've got a couple of people that are trying to finish off things for study or errands. Currently building up the courage to go wash my hair. Oof, yeah. Hair wash day is such a big effort, eh? Auntie Chris. I wish I had the funds to just send packages out everywhere because so many of you would get New Zealand chocolate. Be like, a chocolate bar for you, a chocolate bar for you. And when I say chocolate bar, it's like a block. Yeah, you put colour on the Shakespeare book? Fantastic, Auntie Chris. Well done. I'm going through my old journals and finding the things I wrote in the past, including my wedding vows. Oh, that's really sweet, Annie. Also, kia ora. Welcome in. What a lovely thing to be doing. Right, we're getting to the easier section now because there's a nice big empty space here. And this side is a bit easier because I don't have to try and avoid a monkey. I do have a couple of kills up here, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not too bad. Alright. Let's Get some brighter purple going in there. Bring in a little bit more of the darker violet. It's just annoying. And then you have wet hair. Yeah, the wet hair situation is really where I'm not a fan either. I just, oh. And it's like sticky on the back of your neck. And when it's in that like the reason why I don't like to use a hairdryer is when it starts to get a bit dry and it's warm and sticky, but still wet. Ugh, I hate that. Yeah. Just in general, it's too much effort for too little gain. Especially because it just gets wet. It's like oily and gross again. Luckily, my type is dry, so I can actually stretch mine out for quite a while before I really desperately have to wash my hair. Which I am very, very grateful for. Because if I had to be a wash your hair every day kind of girly, well, I wouldn't. I can tell you that much. That light blue is like my favorite shade of blue. It makes my brain happy. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I like it too. Fun fact, I just looked up in the corner where it says chat box and I thought for a second it said cat box and I realised that in French it totally does say that. Aw. I mean, considering how cat mad we are around here, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright. I pulled out grey, but it was meant to be green. So I don't actually have a lot of green going on in here. Yeah, see her skin, while it's still looking quite orange, is also starting to tone down a bit because we're getting more and more of the page covered up. So that's what I mean about not really trying to worry about balancing the skin too much. While I've still got so much white on the page, there's still a lot of white. Like, I do know the skin will need some balancing, but again, I'm not going to stress about it until we get more of this page balanced. Okay, gotta get my paperwork done. Have a good rest of stream if I do not return. Thank you, Small. Thank you for the self-care reminder. I definitely do need to do a little bit of a stretch, which I will do the moment I finish doing this background. Do a little mini stretch. Yes, there's a reason our self-care command is Smalt. Because Smalt looks after me. Again, not their job, just they're a good friend and I appreciate them. In Smalt we trust. It feels so weird to colour over the clothing in a way, but it's the point. We want the coloured. Plus we're going to colour in the skin areas of the clothing anyway, so it's gonna be getting even more coloured in soon. Yeah, definitely pulled out way too much ink. No. That's fine. We'll cover up that. Considering that's the only place I've gone over the lines, it's not too bad for me. I feel like I'm on a cozy romantic day. I love that. Right. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Right. Very carefully put that up there. Very carefully go to project. Add in Liquitex acrylic inks. So that's now in there. Confirm. So now our project command is correct. Take a sip of coffee before it goes too cold. And a little robo, yeah. This gives me just starting out on the Pokemon adventure, you know, very early level Pokemon music. Just around the first little town or something. Right, so we need to leave this to dry for a minute. And I need to find some things to base because I have got out a bunch of extra ink. And while it's only a tiny dot of each, it's a waste if we don't use it. So we may as well. So even though I based piles and piles of pages the other day, let's base some more pages. Alright. Okay. So these are the 3 books where I have coloured something. So I've done that one. That was a Gunzo Tambi base, and I quite enjoyed it. So let's... Ooh! That would be a good gel pen page. Dolphins. That one does have a mermaid. Sorry, I'm off frame, aren't I? This here, by the way, Underwater Worlds by Renata Krozik. This was actually some Happy Mail. Oh, I do like that intro. That's quite cool. And I can push it right out to the sides. Let's do that one. And we've got one more thing. Very important. Let's use that one since we're using... We need some iridescence. I don't know where my water spritz bottle is right now, so we'll just put a dot of water, 2 dots of water on each of these. Shimmer. The back page with the turtles isn't bad either, but no, I like this introduction. I like this introduction double, it's quite cool. You got this, Rosalind. I know you're nearing the end. I know that assignment grinds. You got this. Keep pushing through, hun. Oh. Alright. last big thing. Big brushes. And a water droplet. So we can go nyam and drop some water onto the page. Oops, there's still a little bit of Ganzo Tambi on this one. That's fine. And we just push these out. I like the fact that these ones are all done with pen and ink. They're all traditional. Yeah, it's a neat book, this one. I don't see much about it, so cool to do another page in here. Feature it for Mermaid, because it's obviously very Mermaid coded. It's from 2023. Drop in some extra water. This is so gonna soak through the page, and that's okay. Let me just start dropping some color on the page. That is then you can be a spy. I did think about chopping my hair. Sometimes I chop it into a long bob. The thing with me though is I also, ooh, that's dark, I've got to spread that out. Is I also really, there are times where I want to tie my hair back, so I still want to have enough length to tie it back. But yeah, I would fully get behind and embrace chopping all my hair off, honestly. Ooh, you don't really want to bleed out too much. That's interesting. Okay. The Ganzo Tambi worked a bit better on this paper than this one's going to. It's almost like drying quicker than it can spread. It's intriguing. Interesting. This one's going to be a fun cleanup, I tell you. It has not worked at all to plan. That's okay. Sometimes these things happen. But, yeah. I'll see how that one dries. I might end up just going over it with Ganzo Tambi, which I do know does work in here. Let's see if at least you'll do a little bit of a spread. I think I need my... Oh, there's my water spritzer. Of course it is. We'll just add in some splatter. Splatter fixes most things as well. Yeah, that's okay. That'll work. Maybe swirl around the rest on big paper and use it for more woven bookmarks. That's also not a bad idea. That's also not a bad idea. So you all know I love bookmarks. I do actually have somewhere some colouring heaven bookmarks. They have like a PDF. I think it's... Yeah! Actually, that was a good reminder. I got these ones. We could totally do it on these ones. Thanks for the reminder. Especially this Mermaid at Heart word one. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the paper nice and soaking. That's working better. So yeah, these are released by Colouring Heaven. I can actually get you guys the link. Lizbeth, I think it was, reminded me about these, which thank you. Did have them downloaded, but I had entirely forgot that they put these out. They're from like 2023, VMA in 2023. Minga downloaded those today. Yeah! Good old Colouring Heaven. Oh, that's going to be the perfect background for that one. Perfection! Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are playing around with some extra ink that I've got left over from the other page we're working on, which we'll get back to in a second. We're just using up extras because you know me, I can't waste. Can't waste, so... Oh, that purple was way too strong. So, yes, once again, we're also chucking down base on colouring pages and then the Colouring Heaven bookmarks. And then the best part, shimmer! This is why I constantly have like splatters on my desk as well. If you ever like, man, your desk is never clean in videos, Amy. Yeah, this is why. Oh. Fingers also make great splatterers when it comes to printed pages sometimes. Cool. Just make sure we're getting right over the edges. Perfect. Alright, the base. We better pray that Shadow doesn't decide to come in. We're gonna have stuff everywhere once again. Alright, Portrait of the Merb. So I just do these ones in a single colour. You're gonna be lurking? All good, Katie cutie. You just got home from the doctors? You ready to colour something? Nice. I just got home from the gym myself. Might need to actually refill my little spritzer bottle. Right, this is Amazon paper and it's a bit terrible for water, but we make it work. This one technically will have a little bit of purple worked into it, but I want to try and keep it mostly in the blues because we'll do this one blue themed. This colour, oh dear, we got a crease. Very careful. Right, cool. Oh, okay. A bit more purple up there then. Oh. You're all good, Stardust. Welcome back. And well done on doing the things. We are just using up some excess ink to base a couple more pages because it's just what I need, more base pages. May as well. Alright, we appear to have gone a bit more on the purple side with this one, so... Even though the page before is purple, but it's more pinky purple, so this one's more violety purple. Cool. Colouring Heaven Mermaid Special. So many in here that are gorgeous. Are you using the ink from earlier? I am. Yeah, so this is a Liquitex acrylic ink and I'm just using to base everything. That's pretty. The Andy Davis ones are also... Though I'd have to kind of keep it in the frame, I reckon. Ooh, more Christine Karen. That one. Cowgirl, she's in, and she's in the Little Folk. Now let's do that one. I like that one. Ooh, another Christine Karen. I remember the one we did together. Yeah, that one. That was neat. For that one we used, we didn't do the same Christine Karen, but we used the same palette, which is one of the colour palettes that she puts out for Mermaid. It was good. They turned out really good. I love the one that Stardust did. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting our ink all used up. This one's going to have a bit of a purple base. And then sometimes what I do, I grab a tissue and I just lighten around the face or the main area that I want the focus to be on. Just to bring that out a bit. Oh, thank you for the new follow. Welcome to the community. Alright, we'll leave that one to dry. We're just on a massive basing spree as I just use up a bunch of ink. What colours are you going to be using? No idea. That's future Amy's problem. It's not current Amy's problem. That's future Amy. We're just using up the ink. We've got probably about one more page worth. That's Crab's kind of cool. And I could just do that one in gel pens. Or I've got the heron. Did that crab. Just do the crab. This is the last one. Use up the ink, and then all the ink will be done. Sorry, hitting the microphone with the book, but... Oh, my water bottle's running out of water. Yeah. We're just using up the last of the ink here. Because I don't like to waste art supplies, so might as well use up, since we took out extra, even though we only took out a tiny dot of each, but acrylic ink just goes really far. So, may as well use it up. And then, let's do that one. So yes, I have just done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more pages into the queue, but that's okay. Like, even if I don't get to them, the backgrounds are done. And like this crab, this will just become one of the nighttime type colouring ones where I'll just sit there with Langua or a type of gel pen, just flat colour it. Right. All done. All used up. Amy, is there somewhere I can see who subscribers are so I can go follow the ones who have channels? Yes and no. First off, you'll only be able to see those that publicly show who they're following. So you as a YouTuber can choose to, if you want to share who you follow or not. So if they choose to not, you won't be able to see if they're following you. Are you using mobile or are you using computer? Because if you're using computer, yes. If you're using mobile, I don't know. So if you're using computer, if you go to, I'll just show you guys my background, I don't mind. Welcome to behind the scenes of my YouTube channel. So if you go down here, you'll see recent subscribers, and you can see all, and as I say, it only includes users that have made their subscriptions public, and you can sort it by subscription count, last subscribed, and there's all the usernames, which I obviously need to go through and do another big follow as well of people. And then if you're on mobile, you may need the YouTube Studio, not Studio, or maybe it is called Studio. Yeah, YouTube Studio app, as opposed to just, and maybe community? There is community spotlight, so you can see who engages with your channel the most under the community tab. Use both. You have the YouTube Studio. Okay, yeah, the dashboard is definitely where you want to head to, and then look at the recent subscribers. But again, it's only going to be those that publicly allow it. Right. So, now that we've done all those bases, now our page should be on the verge of being dry. water way out of the way, and we used up most of our ink. And this little section is just a section that dried, which is perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a quick blast with a hairdryer, just to guarantee it is nice and dry. Helps if I turn on the microphone, eh? I'm so glad you love the colours. I love it too. It's exactly what I envisioned. That sort of smoky, stormy, could be on the sea background. Alright. Right, now we have to settle. Might try and complete a couple of easy colour by numbers and one colour pages. Fantastic, perfection, well done. So, now we will pull out our skin tones, which once again was our YR314, YR3112, and YR39 in the Ohuhus. And we're going to base our skin under the top, and we're just going to did I miss a section of background there? I did. So that one, I'm just going to use a pencil and just kind of cheekily fill in. I'm just do that. Totally didn't miss that spot. It's gonna happen. There's probably more spots I've missed, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I have to colour this. Kind of keeping in mind our skin. And again, it's going to look hideous and messy. Don't freak out. Trust the process. I'm at the scene. You shall not pass. I had the weirdest dream. Now, keep in mind that when I say I dream, I'm not fully, like, I'm aware that I'm dreaming, I'm aware that I'm in control, and I'm not fully asleep. I'm like half dopey. I just let my brain wander. So this is what my brain decided to think of last night. But for some reason, I needed to catch a bus, but the bus I needed to catch to another town, I couldn't book it online. So I had to go and be there in person in the morning to catch it. And it's like, that's fine. And it was only like $10.94 or something ridiculous. And I was expecting it to be like $400. So I was like, sweet. But then I was trying to get on the bus and I had so much stuff to take onto the bus that I couldn't even lift it all onto the bus, and the bus was taking off with all my stuff on it before I got everything on, because I had like basket loads and basket loads and basket loads of stuff. And it was all my colouring stuff, and I was like, no bus, don't take off with all my precious colouring stuff. I was like, why the frick am I worried about this? I'm not even going on a bus trip. It was weird. Brains are weird, eh? The things that they think about sometimes. Oh, my coffee's gone cold and it's empty. Could go and make another one. And then I could also go and get another piece of cake. Or a scroll. I might have to put another layer on, actually. It's getting really cold all of a sudden. It's meant to be fine today, but it's actually quite chilly. No, I love the Lord of the Rings movies. They're such a comfort movie. Seen them so many times. Been a while since I've watched them though. I wouldn't mind watching them again. Alright. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I'll come out and get in a second. Apparently, there's a parcel. I did not order anything, so this is exciting. Have I received Happy Mail? Or is it a bill? Oh good. Yeah, I was just about to say I'm on camera. I haven't ordered anything, so I don't know what it is. Okay. Oh, well, thank you. No, appreciate that. I will grab it in 2 ticks. I'm just blending out some marker. Also, for anyone wondering, I'm talking to my mum. You won't pick up my mum, because the mic doesn't pick up mum. Right, parcel! Oh, I think I know what this is. I was going to that some more of my stuff that I use in backgrounds being ordered for me. I got this back used up what was given to me already. Okay. Gonna go Tommy. There it is, the watercolour, the regulated, the different colours. Yeah. Yeah. Right, address has been removed. Happy Mail! Happy Mail! I do actually know what this is. I believe. Presents. I do love presents. Nobody ever has to buy me presents, but it does make my day feel really awesome. knows what it is. I'm gonna have to message somebody. It is Gansai Tambi! It is set 3, the new set that has just been released. And it is another set of set 1 because I have used up so much of my set. And I know who gifted this to me, so I just need to send them a little thank you. And thank you very, very much. If you are watching this VOD later on, I am very, very grateful. Because, my goodness, have I used a lot of Gansai Tambi. And to get set 3 is exciting! Because new colours. And we might have to play with this once we finish this one. Lisbeth, hello, hello. Do. That can all just chill up there for a moment. Fancy! Yeah, I love using those for backgrounds. Right. So right now she looks very strange because, like, we know that there's a top there. You can kind of see the lines there, but right now we're just seeing shirt. I mean, we're just seeing, like, arms and all that sort of stuff. Okay, I need to get that one back. And just deepen that up. So that would be a lot deeper. Alright, remember I haven't done any purple, so that's also going to be throwing off the balance compared to the other. Taking a mini break from paperwork. Oh wow, the green loadings got shipped to you pretty fast. They really did. Also, thank you, Smalt. Yes, I do need to take a little self-care break. I actually do need to pop to the bathroom, so I just want to do a little bit of blending on here. So I'm trying not to do too many blends per the folds of the fabric, but there are a couple that I wanna blend into the skin. Again, the skin is not perfectly finished yet because the color is still very orange, but we're not going to balance the color until we have finished coloring all the elements, because then we can assess the color on its own, not just affected by the color. Like even with our background going in, the color feels a little bit more balanced. Oi! Right, yes, Small is correct, and it has been over an hour, so it's a good opportunity for us to take our first little mini break, because I do need to pop to the bathroom. So I'm going to do that. I'm just wondering if I do I want anything to eat? I do need to go and put another sweatshirt on, because I'm cold, and it's getting very, very chilly. So yeah, we will take a little break. It will not be a long break, because I'll just pop to the bathroom. Unless I make a coffee. No, I've still got a little bit of coffee left. Not hungry, I'm just getting peckish, but I'm not hungry, so I think we can wait. Go bathroom, put on a sweatshirt, and then we'll be right back. I'll see you all shortly. This is a great opportunity if you need to take a break as well. Hydrate, stretch, take your meds. I am here. I'm just putting on a sweatshirt. Oh, put on here. I did end up grabbing a pear as a snack. They're so juicy and good at the moment. Okay, oh that's better. It's so much warmer. Oh, it's so cold. Right, let's have a look at pirate outfits. I'll put red in there because I know we want red to be a key colour. So that would be good if we saw the dress, because we're going to do white for the top. We're going to need a napkin. This hair is too juicy. Okay, so you can get red hats. There's a red hat too. I still kind of like black for the hat though. Maybe we do black for the hat. And then red for the vest. We also have the feathers on the hat. Actually, I think maybe the waistcoat should be black as well. We can use red for the details. Because there's not a lot of red to know hoo-hoos either. I do have a couple in Copics, but there's not a lot of red. So yeah, if we did black for the hat and for the waistcoat, and then red for the feather details. Then I just have to figure out the monkey. But I think that will at least, as soon as we do the waistcoat, technically I can do the clothes anyway. Okay. Pear's so juicy it's practically falling apart. So the hat that we're doing black, I don't actually colour it in black. I usually colour it in dark browns, dark greys. So I'm going to use the WG37, the warm grey 37 that we actually used in her hair. Then we'll use the WG38. Caviar, though honestly there's not much difference between the two. In fact, I think we could skip that and actually go to genuine black. Oh, I can get it out. Oh, that was hard to get out. Problem is then the next warm grey is warm grey 27, and that's too much of a jump. Could use dark neutral grey. Yeah, I think we'll use neutral grey. GG15. Hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you had a good break. You don't even know if you can see much of a gradation now. No, there's a little bit as it dries. Hair is washed. Heck yeah, Cassie. Well done. She's turning out stunning so far. Thank you. I'm really pleased with her hair so far. Might do is I might pull out the warm grey 27, even though it's ridiculously light compared to the warm grey 37, but I might use that just for a little bit of edge. Now back to your cozy reading spot. Oh, that sounds delightful. Wild using actual black. I usually never use the black. Feels so much better after grabbing this sweatshirt. It was actually a lot colder than I realised. Winter, so delightful. Apologies if anyone is talking, I will read it in just a moment. Gotta blend the oh-hoo-hoos while they're wet. Gotta chase that ink. I don't even know if you can see any shading. It honestly just feels like it's pretty solid black. I might have to use some pencils to actually bring some highlights back in, because it genuinely just feels like it's a black, solid black mass for a hat. Yeah, no, I've got a protection sheet. The black will stain your other pages? Oh, okay, so you mean on this side. Oh, okay. I'll figure that part out later. Yeah. Not particularly in love with how the black is looking so far anyway, so... But that's okay, we'll finish it off, and then, as I said, I'll use some pencils to bring some highlights back into it, because it's feeling very one note, despite the fact I'm using 4 different markers. So nice to be reading again. It's been a year since I could actually sit down and read a book. I'm so glad. It's so good. Such a good hobby to have, and I know how much you love it, so I'm glad that reading has found its place back to you. What are you reading right now, Cassie, if it's all good us asking? So I know you finished Sunrise on the Reaping. Right, I'm gonna change my tactic for the corset now that I know I'm not particularly happy with that black. So we'll keep the black out for now. There's just not a lot of dark warm greys. That's really the issue. It's just the warm greys go from this WG37 to WG27. Like, we need an in-between there. It's really not. And then all the rest of them are cool. Apart from these yellow greys, but they don't go particularly dark. I suppose technically you could use this YGY18. It's not going to be an easy blend. But if I work the... yeah, it still really doesn't do. Yeah, okay, maybe if I work the warm grey 27 back over it, it does kind of work. So that's how we'll do it. We'll use warm grey 37, warm yellow, WG 37, YGY 18, then WG 27. Shame we figured it out after the hat, but that's okay. So again, apologies if you're talking right now. I'm going to be focusing on a blend. Apologies. Just gotta chase the wet ink. Think we're okay. Oi! I think that's alright. Currently reading Off Olympus by L. Kennedy. Just cutesy easy reads. That sounds lovely, Cassie. Add a page sandwich between 2 sheets of bleed through paper and it's still stained? Ooh. Okay, good to know. Thanks, you. Input, yeah, definitely. Assignment submitted. Heck yes. Now I feel like I just lost my most loyal traveling companion, but I'm finding strength in keeping going, remembering that he's always with me. I love that the music's speaking to you so much, Auntie Chris. Just know if you're seeing the black or yellow surrounding pages. Okay. You don't see anyone but yourself in the YouTube chat, but you see it on the Amy window. Are you on live chat or top chat, Stardust? Pick you're on the live chat. Because top chat just shows you some of the chat. Live chat will show you all of the chat. And then if you are... well, maybe YouTube's having some problems today. You are on live chat? Weird. Wonder if there's something going on today, because we had some issues capturing the chat before. So I wonder if YouTube's having a little glitch day. Back to paperwork. Oh, sorry, Small, but well done. You got this. You got this. Paperwork is the worst. Exit the app and now it's fine? Yeah. YouTube be weird sometimes. Need to sneeze or itch my nose or something. Okay. Okay. Right, now we did get the colour chart downloaded the other day because, of course, I still can't find page 2 of my colour chart, which will at least give us the, because there's like 4 reads basically. Yeah, so if I find R016, you know, I found basically the 4 reds, which is tomato, deep vermilion, crimson, and chili red, basically. What does that crimson juice look like? Okay, yeah, you are a good dark red. Here's the crimson. Can I blend these 2 together? Oh yeah. Make that work. Don't want you to autoplay the next one, but you've done it as a mix, that's annoying. You found the page? Fantastic. Gotta duck out. All good, Cassie. Have a good rest of your evening. And yes, hopefully we'll see you again later if we happen to catch you. One where the bullet nib is going to be kind of handy. You're flagging. Oh, good, Auntie Chris. Get that good sleep. It was lovely to see you again. Never apologize for needing to go and get sleep. Get it while you can. It's always delightful to have you here. Jackie, hello. Welcome in, lovely. Sorry, I'm like hyper focused on trying to blend some markers right now while we're chasing ink, so I do apologize. But how are you? I hope you're doing well. What are you going to work on next, Jackie, so I know what I need to pull out, because you'll probably influence me to work on it. I entirely worked in Catitude last month, because Jackie worked in Catitude, and I happened to catch her live, and I was like, I'm going to work in Catitude now too. This happens a lot. You'll share what you're working on with me, and then I'm like, I'm going to go work on that now. Yay, red beavers. Okay. She's looking fine. Love the red feathers. Thank you. They actually worked out pretty reasonably. And also now we've got bright red lips. So we've still got to go over the top to bring that back out to make that into a sheer white top. So again, she looks like really weird here because I haven't pulled that white top back out because I want it to be slightly sheer. Alright, so I need to look at like a pirate sword sheath. And we've got a belt. I need to do gold, really. That's what I need, is I need to figure out gold for our next colour combo. If I can figure out where I put my colour charts, there. Alright, so I know I want a gold for the telescope, and we'll do like definitely the handle of the sword. Pirate's sword. Google, help me figure out this. Okay, so we could actually get red into here as well, looking at this. It looks like that could be a colour, but then those bits are all metal. So, okay, we could get a colour into there. I got some Magic Made Real Universe and Beauty of Horror pulled out. Ooh. I should be doing housework and stuff to get ready, getting stuff done before surgery on Friday, but no, I'm colouring. Jackie, you were just making sure that your blood pressure stays at a wonderful, healthy place because you're relaxing and self-caring and making sure you're prepared for your body to heal yourself in the most possible, best way on Friday. At least that's my excuse for why I don't do housework. But yes, I do hope things go well for you on Friday, hun. Oh, I want that Magic Made Real book. I've been seeing that so much lately and it looks so good. Seems like such up my alley. I'm like, ugh. Eventually. Alright, toffee. And then let's get Dark Marigold, which is Y213. And then I think we'll go to Mustard. Y111. That sounds like good thinking. It's a great book, but diabolically thin paper. That's okay. I'm used to thin paper. You make do. But, yeah. It looks lovely. I love the idea of love bombing a book, too. I tend to not work in the same book too much in a month because I tend to like the variety of switching between books. But I also don't really, like, I know a lot of people get decision paralysis about choosing their next book or, you know, switching between. So I can see how love bombing can work. But yeah, for me, I'm like, next book, next book. I mean, right now I have about 16 pages based. Well, I had 15, I finished 4 of them, and then we just based another 5 or so pages to use up the excess ink from this one, so, yeah, like, some of those are in duplicate books, some of them are not, and that's okay. I will do them if I get to them, but at least all the backgrounds are done. But yeah, I love the idea of love bombing. I think that's a fabulous way. Just find that book that's sparking joy for you that month and just go for it. Why do you have to change books? Why do you have to work in all the books? Just work in the one book. All colouring's valid. Find a way that works for you. And if you're like me, you're like, no, I must work in 60 different books. Work in 60 different books. If you are like, nope, I just want to work in the one, work in the one. So this gold will look a little funky right now until I get the white highlights in. So this is another one where you're just going to have to wait for pencils. Again, a lot of my colouring on this page is like, it needs the pencils to finish it off. So trust the process. Just gonna get this all blended while we're chasing that ink, and then I'll catch up on chat. Okay, whew, gold. It's actually really good for pencils. I'm using Black Edition right now and they're working great. That makes sense. Love Bombing is working right now, but next month it might be completely different. Just going with the flow. I think that's such a move though with colouring. I feel like a lot of us this year have just kind of gone nut with the rules and just been like whatever with colouring. I know with me I've just gone nah, it doesn't matter how many pages I start, doesn't matter how many whips I have, like there are no rules. I think it's great. I really do think it's good. I'm not looking forward to doing all her gold jewellery. Because, you know, she's gonna be rocking a bit of jewels. Right, I think we'll do that bit red. And a little touch of the gold in there. Alright, we've still got the jewellery plus the jewels there. The only rule is no rules, exactly. I can't take colouring seriously. It's meant to be a stress relief, so enjoy, bring a hobby for me. Exactly. I got a little, I know I had like, I was trying to be a little bit more like, you know, if I start something in a month, finish it so that I've got it for completed pages and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the YouTube, you know, this is a side hobby of my hobby. It doesn't matter. It's the colouring is for me. It's for my mental health. It doesn't matter. So if I don't complete everything I start in a month, doesn't matter. Sometimes I just want to do a background. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, you can see it over the 3 or so years I've been on YouTube how much more my rules per se have gone down and down and down. but in doing so, you're finding joy in new ways to colour. Okay. Whew, we're getting there. Yeah. YouTube does add a little bit of pressure, definitely, but yeah, I've stopped letting it. It's a side hobby of the hobby. At the end of the day, it's colouring comes first, YouTube comes second. So if I don't, I mean, I barely make YouTube videos. I go live 90% of the time. And I'm okay with that because I actually really enjoy being live. But I don't enjoy doing the videos. Although I did just think of a new series that I think I'm going to start, and I'm also going to, with permission from Winter, use the A Little Touch of Colour Counts idea and do a couple of those and see how we go with those, because I love Winter's A Little Touch of Colour Counts series. So I'm gonna do that as well. So there might actually be some recorded content. There was recorded content from me this month. I actually put out a video, shock horror. It's not just completed pages. It's almost like I'm a YouTuber, guys. Not just a live streamer, shock horror. Exactly, Jackie. Exactly. Right now, my only job is colouring. Because colouring is my mental wellness activity, so I need to be colouring. And it stops being my mental wellness activity, we'll stop colouring, but for now, it is my only job, literally. My only job is to look after my physical and mental health, so that's what we're gonna do. And in turn, we're gonna colour a whole buttload and been enjoying every minute of it. Right, so we have these weird little ball things here that I'm just gonna do gold on the outside, and then we'll decide what colour we want to do the inside gem. Maybe her eye colour? That one looks like it could be a solid coin, so we'll do that one solid. Same with that one. That one looks like it could be a gem. Again, these will look a lot better once I get the white highlights in there too, but that's later. What these bits are meant to be, but hey, we'll just do them as gold coins and a couple of gems. Maybe I could just do the whole thing as gold. Then I don't have to introduce a new colour. Yeah, no, let's do them as gold, because I don't really want to introduce, although I do have to introduce an eye colour, but I'd rather leave that as a focal, because we can bring in that sort of smoky green that we used in the background and bring that back in. And of course we've still got the colour for the little ribbons and stuff coming off it, but we'll get that sorted in a moment. And of course the monkey colour. I hope things go well, Jackie. I get it. I set up so much colouring for when I had my hysterectomy, and then it was like, I was meant to be in the hospital 2 days, and then they were like, on one day, they were like, yeah, no, you can go home. And then I came home, and I kept on wanting to do things. Everyone's like, stop and go to bed. I'm like, but I'm fine. You're going to suggest bringing in the background colour for eyes? In the same brainwave, Rosalind. I'm off to Dreamworld. It's a pleasure to be here, and chat Amy and everyone chat too. Much love to everyone. Much love to you, Stardust. Thank you so much for being here, but find that good sleep. I'm sure we'll catch up again another time. Alright. That feels like a good brown, so let's find the swatch card just to find the colours that are meant to be. Come on, open up. I'm missing swatch chart too, so we have to, not only necessarily the swatches of the colour, but also it's quite handy to look at where the colours line up and see what its companions are. So E14 maple syrup, E713 red bean is meant to be, let's sign up, 713. Should say, yeah, 713. Oh, well, I put it into the pinks. That's why I couldn't find it. Yeah, you're two in the red. You're bringing in the hair colour again. That's not what I want. Yeah. E515. Black brown. And then we'll bring in you. I'm pretty sure you're my lighter. Yeah. Alright, this will just be our belt colour. And I think it's called a scabbard that holds the swords. I'm sure that's what it's called. I'm getting hungry. Yes. I mean, I was already hungry already. I swear, days I go to the gym, I get so much more hungry. Might have to have a early din-dins. Which, it's fine, because it's like all prepped and ready to go. I'm just reheating some soup, and I've got some cheese and onion scrolls that I made earlier that I'm dipping into the soup. But it's not even 5 o'clock yet, you know? I think it's a scabbard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a scabbard. That is the term that's used. I'm fairly sure I've said in D&D when, like, I'm DMing and, you know, these baddies around, and I'm like, they take out their swords from their scabbard, roll for initiative. Like, it feels like the right thing that I've said. But it's because I have to stop and think about it, you know? Paint the nails. Because just because she's a pirate doesn't mean she can't have a manicure. Who says a pirate can't self-care? Honestly, since I grew up my nails, painting my nails is like one of my favourite things. Right, I want a nice cold grey that is different from our other greys. We're going to use BGY, something along those lines. What did I find first? 15. It's called Blue Steel Grey. That seems appropriate. Just to do this tiny little bit down the bottom here for our sword. I just want it to be a cold grey, and we'll do the inside of the eyeglass. Again, I'm going to bring out the details in that in pencil. Just do that one flat. Soup and cheese and onion scrolls sounds yummy. I have no idea what I'm going to make tonight. Yeah, I had spoons today. I normally don't have this much energy, but I baked a cake, so I also have dessert. I have an apple and blueberry yogurt cake that I put like cinnamon and nutmeg into. So I have a cake for dessert, and then I have the cheese and onion scrolls that I made. I went to the gym, and then I was like, I still have spoons for streaming? Alright, C101, that'll work. Shade in the whites of the eyes, because the whites of the eyes are never actually white, so I'll shade them in grey, and then I'll bring the whites back in. And I'm going to do that for this white here of the tie. Right, do I have a dusty, yeah, muted turquoise, that's what we want. There it is, right there, G13. Grab that cool grey 01 again, because we'll just do that on our little cross here. You're on fire today? Honestly, I normally never have this many spoons. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it. I'm pretty sure tomorrow I will absolutely crash and be like, I'm done. Ooh, who have we got visiting us today? Fantails. Oh, so pretty. One day I would love to be able to have a camera facing out there so you guys could see the birds. So when I have the birds visiting on the trees, I could just press a button and show you the birds in the trees. But to do that, I would need to upgrade my laptop to a proper computer that could have more USB ports, so it could have more cameras and could actually process more cameras. Right, monkey. That is our last thing. It feels like a really tiny monkey. Baby monkey. I know you can get like really pale coloured monkeys. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. These baby monkeys at the local zoo. Look, that one's poking out its tongue. You see it's getting cold already? Yeah, it's really cold. It's, I think it's snowing on the mountain where there's ice in the air, so. Okay. So there's some real gingery looking ones. Or, look at the baby. It's so baby. Yeah, it feels like it's already winter here instead of just autumn, so I get the feeling it's going to be a cold winter. Alright, where's that one poking its tongue out? I love this one. I just love that. I just think that's great. That feels like the right attitude for this one, but I'm not quite sure how I would colour that. Its tail would be the grey. hands would be the grey, but then it's a gradient. Like, I could definitely do it in pencils. It's just, could I do it in markers? I mean, I've got to bring out its fur detail in pencils anyway. I don't know if that's the right colour. He's got an Eddie Munster hairdo. He does. I do like that light body. I mean, we've got the greys because we can use it's a warm grey of. I mean, I could flat base it, and then worry about the pencils for bringing out the fur texture. But we could get a flat base in. So the warm grey 27 that I used for the corset will work to do the darker areas. I mean, it does get a lot darker, but it's easier to go darker with the pencils. And then it's that lighter tone. I mean, we could technically bring in some of our darker greys as well. I'll hold those two out. And then, so it's like a light but slightly golden. I wonder if maybe like the sandy beige or the milk tea, actually. Y69. I think that would be a good one. And then I need to somehow transition between grey and cream. I wonder if EO6, it's a bit wild. It's called Bog Mist Green. If not E14. No, you're going to be too light. Maybe E19. Right, let's play. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's see if we can do some wild blends. Right. So, YGY 18 to WG 27 for our tails. Not quite dark enough, but again, we're going to darken that with pencils and I'd rather go a bit lighter. And then our light fur colour is the Y69. Yeah, E19, dried sage. I think that'll work as a blender between the two. I think we'll be able to blend cream to taupe. I mean, grey to like a taupe colour. Weird colour blends I never thought I'd need to do, but I think we'll get it. Alright, let's do it. So, not going to worry too much about the shading here. Try and get a little bit, but like there's not, I don't even know if there's that many areas that we need to blend, but just in case we need to blend any areas, mostly the arms. A little bit in the nose. And I'm gonna take the liberty to guess that your feet are also the same deal. YGY 18, which is actually our darker. back to our warm grey 27. Okay. E19. Then our Y69. Yeah. Managed to blend it. And then we'll pick up some like lighter pieces when we do our pencils and stuff like that. It's such an odd colour blend, but it works. Right, I'm just going to do right over the eyes, which might seem a bit wild, but we're going to... Oh, shoot, there is whites in there. Oh, well, too late now. We'll pull those back out. I thought the eyes were going to be like actual monkey eyes and just be big irises, but no, there is actually some whites drawn in there. That's fine. So once that dries down, I'll put some brown in for the eyes. Have you used gel sticks before? I've got a couple. I haven't done much in the backgrounds with them. I really do need to play with them more. Yeah, those sort of like big chunky. I've got like these kitty style ones. They're okay. But yeah, I don't know, I just haven't really, I think half the time I forget about them and I just haven't really played with them all that much. Right, we've got one thing left, which is our ribbons. What colour do we do? Our ribbons. Maybe we could just do those white as well. Not opposed to doing them white. Because we'll be bringing in a lot more white when we do the white shirt. Yeah, I think we'll just do them white. And before anyone goes, oh, what about the eye colour? I really just want to leave the eye colour as the eye colour because it's in the background as well. So if we're doing something white, it actually means we're doing something light grey. Come to the conclusion I like media that smushes together. I managed to find a small set of Faber-Castell in the kids section in the So Shinies. These are metallic. Ooh, that sounds fun. Smushy media is fun. What I need to do is I need to pull out like Camellia de Irico or something, because she often, I find, I do a lot of experimentation in her books. And because she's got those big empty backgrounds or like just a little pattern in the background, I feel like that would be a really good book to play around with some gel sticks in. So yeah, that's probably what I need to do, and just play around with the gel sticks. Yay, that's everything based. Oh, everything has got a base. I mean, a lot of things are like fully shaded, but we'll just deepen with pencils. So you can see now the skin does feel like a lot more appropriate. It's still quite orange. Normally I would use purple to shade, but I think it might need a little bit of blue. But before we do that, we're going to do a little cleanup because this desk is chaos and I can't think because there's so much stuff everywhere. Because there's practically every Ohuhu pulled out on the desk. Not every Ohuhu, but certainly feels like it. Got our V's, which I'll leave our V's out for now, just in case we do decide to use some more purple. But because it's feeling more orange than yellow pooling, usually when a skin pulls yellow, I use purple to shade, or if it's feeling too red, we go blue. This one's feeling too orange, which I don't mind, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of blue to shade. I have done a little bit of purple. So we want a cool neutral blue. We don't want it pulling green. So BV05, Blue Violet 05, will actually be quite a good colour. And we can even use some BV08 in the really dark areas. We also have B21 as a really light shade as well. But we'll start with some BV05, which will still bring some of our violet in as well. Here's BV05, Cornflower. Again, we can also use pencils to help us out as well. We'll use this in our BV08 in our darkest shadow areas. Need a bit of BV05 to blend out a couple of areas. Right, I'm going to have to use some pencils on that neck, unfortunately, but that's okay. Actually, I could re-pull in the YR3112. Use that to help blend that out a bit. The YR32. Put them in. Alright, I think we're up to pencils. Which means we can also get rid of the newsprint. Yo! Alright, how's all our pre-inked pages, since we had all that leftover ink? How are they all going in terms of drying? So I might just do a quick hair dry blast just so I can get these away and free up my floor. So I'm going to put you guys on mute. If anyone's wondering what these are, because I had some leftover ink while doing the background, I used the leftover ink to prep a bunch of pages. So I'm just going to blast them with a hairdryer to make sure they're dry so I can get them off the floor so I actually have walkway. Alright, so, yeah. None of these are, like, finished, Jackie. Basically, when I pulled out acrylic inks to do the background of this one, but I pulled out too much, even though I used, like, the tiniest dot of each colour. So I was like, well, we don't waste art supplies here, so I just grabbed a bunch of random pages and started basing. So, yeah, none of these are done. They're just bases, but that's all good. This one bled through quite terribly, but also I kind of dig it for the background on here. And on here, it's just unfortunate it's only on half of it. So I'm like, well, we might add some more to the background of this one and purposely bleed it out a bit further, so it also bleeds onto this side and causes more of a background on these sides, and then I'll just have 4 pages based, I guess, in this one. Yeah, so all these are just bases to go with a lot of other bases. I based like 15 the other night as well, and I've done 4 of them, but it's like, while I've got the wet media out, it's just, yeah, the same idea though, but it's, you know, when you've got a supply out, you just do lots and lots and lots, and then you come back and bounce between all the pages. Yeah, now I'm gonna be honest, I was sitting here hair drying them, and it made me realize how cold I am. I am sitting here shivering. That hairdryer was so warm and so delightful, and it's made me realize that I am just so cold, and it's actually starting to hurt my bones. Normally I would stay here for quite a few more hours and we would finish all this and we'd work on this, but it's honestly getting so cold here tonight that I think I need to go and curl up into bed for the sake of my bones. So as much as I like to stream for hours and hours on end, I think I'm going to actually end stream here and just have a really short one. And then just go and chill out, have dinner, and literally curl up in bed and just start smashing out pages tonight. So, yeah, I'm sorry it's not a long one for all of you, but yeah, I need to warm up. Exactly, I've got to warm up. It made me realize just how cold I am as I was hair drying, and I almost thought about taking the hairdryer and shoving it down here to just warm me up. I knew I was feeling cold, but I didn't realize just how cold I'm feeling right now. Like, my hands are actually feeling like ice. I am wearing multiple layers of pants. I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts, like the blanket hoodie, and under the blanket hoodie is another sweatshirt on top of a t-shirt, and I'm still feeling cold. It feels like there's an ice in the air, and that happens when it's snowing up on the mountain here, and the Maunga is just, the breeze that comes off it is so icy cold, and yeah, I'm feeling it in my joints. So yeah, it's definitely a chilly one. So yeah, I'm sorry it's a shorter stream for me, but that's how it goes sometimes. And hey, we got the basing finished, which is awesome. So now I just got to come in with pencils, which I'll do at some point. May or may not be in stream, we will see. But for now, I'm going to go in self-care. I encourage you all to do the same. All the araha to you all. And yeah, make sure you look after yourself. There is so much completed pages out there to go watch if you need more content to watch. You got the assignment and 2 backgrounds done? Heck yeah, Rosalind, that's awesome. Need some prescriptions? Yeah. Nah, it's all good. So yeah, appreciate you all being here. All the araha, as I said. And yeah, there will hopefully be a video coming out on Wednesday. If I film it and record it and edit it and upload it. It might be American Wednesday instead of New Zealand Wednesday. We'll see. And then hopefully there'll be a video on Saturday too. So yeah, there may be non-live stream content coming out this week, which is exciting. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you when I see you. Bye. Where's my ending? There's my ending.